Lagos' finest, or Nigeria's finest conversation takes place every evening. And as you know, this show is being produced by Promise. All right, so let's get straight on to the hot topics that we have for this evening. I'm sure you would have heard in the news that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is planning on the review of the salary of judicial officers, as it says that an upward review of salaries of judicial officers will ensure, fair judgment and the fact that judicial officers cannot be induced. Just so you know, the spokesperson to the president, Ajurun had also said that the president will not hesitate to sack or dismiss any minister that will not perform. You understand? In fact, he even said that, as a matter of fact, Tinubu will dismiss underperforming ministers. So if you think you don't want to perform, you better know that you're sitting on the long thing, because you'll be dismissed. And P2B has reacted or responded to Reno Mokri's accusation of sponsoring Rufai Oseni's father's burial. That conversation is also out there. And one will be wondering, so why is P2B even reacting to this conversation anyway? Well, that's in the news, so we have it. Release Nnamdi Kanu to prove your love for Igbos, Abia lawmaker tells Tinubu. Release Nnamdi Kanu to prove your love for Igbos. Well, let's see how that goes. And of course, Macron, that is the French president, Emmanuel Macron, hails French ambassador for not leaving Niger Republic despite junta's ultimatum. You'll recall that, in fact, this afternoon, thousands of hundreds of Nigerians were in the French embassy, in front of the French embassy, asking, that their troops leave and leave Nigerians alone, right? However, the president of France has hailed the ambassador. You did well for not leaving, even though say they pursue you, you don't do it. Good, dear pin like pin for not leave them. Yeah? Okay. This is not exactly how he said it. Of course, you know that. Okay, so Asari Dokubo, Mr. Darlington's brother, visits Ganduje, congratulates him on becoming APC chairman. And they were all smiles and cameras to take pictures. Did I tell you that the Labour Party presidential candidate calls it the cheap blackmail for saying that he sponsored Rufai Oseni's father's burial? Okay, so the president has spoken out now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president, has said that we inherited bad economy. That is why we are where we are right now. Okay, so you guys, please let the president breathe. It's not his fault. We did inherit bad economy. And the president, Tinubu, bars federal government officials without specific roles from attending UNGA. He's apparently one of the very few African presidents invited for the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. And he said, look, if you don't get any role where they come there, come play. If you know say na escort, you won't come escort me. We don't want to escort all yours. Just make sure you mind your business. We are being prudent with cash. We don't want to be spending money anyhow. You understand? And of course, our able new governor of Rivers State says dismantle Abuja oil cartel to save Nigeria's economy. Sim Fubara urges President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He did not speak through the former governor Nyesom Wike. He spoke by himself, on his own accord, by himself, for himself, and unto himself. Lagos. Yeah, these are the hot topics that we have for this hour. Let's take a quick breather. I'll be right back to bring you the details of these conversations. As I said earlier, my name is Precious. Again, hey, I've got my Monday, Thursday tonic in the house. Mr. Darlington. Mr. Darlington.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty Precious.
Thank you. No call me Pretty Precious. There's nothing pretty.
How was your weekend?
It didn't weekending. He's not weekending. He did not weekending at all. Lagos, let's take a quick breather. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Lagos, you are welcome back. 90.3 Voice of the People FM's Evening Rush. It is right here, 10 minutes pursuing the 7 p.m. mark, and we did thoroughly earlier that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is set to review the salary of judicial workers, and he said that will pave way for, the refining of the justice system in Nigeria to make sure that it says that if the judiciary is properly paid, that it will be difficult for them to be induced. And yeah, that's in the news. But let's just move on to other conversations very quickly. So, okay, Mr. Darlington, would you like to react to that? I thought you may not need to react to that.
I may not need to have.
Why will you may need? Why will you may?
I must react to it.
Oh yeah, react to it. Quick, oh, me no say you and I know they like you and so kind talk. I don't want to say anything now.
You have started.
I'm not preempting you, but please just react. Just the tip of the iceberg reaction. I don't want plenty.
No, you see, Precious.
Sir?
For a man who claimed to come to fight corruption, because he mentioned it, this is not how to do it though. This salary review you are talking about, this is not the time for you to be talking of such a thing, because.
But he had mentioned this, from the onset, so it's not like it's even
because
news.
Yes, he knew. What are you saying? At the time he mentioned it, he has a case with the tribunal and with the courts now. So what are you saying? Let him wait when things have finally been rested, so that we can now say, okay, this salary review, there is no ulterior motive behind it. That is my own take. So if you want to review anybody's salary, why must he fish out the judiciary? Are they the only? He has already given humongous allowances to the National Assembly. Now the judiciary. The rest of us, uncle, what happened to us? Who will reveal our own salary? When is he going to do that? So all this thing he's saying that if they are paid well, they will not be induced. Indirectly, he's doing the same thing he wants to avoid. So I will advise him, let him keep the money first after the court ruling and everything.
So if you did recall also that period that we did hear about that 114% increment and all that, remember the judicial officers was also part of that, that announcement then. But then that of the executive was eventually refuted, especially because it was coming from the salaries and ways commission and they had seen that, well, it's the commission that actually planned it, but not the executive. But as it is right now, he's looked at it that if the judiciary is properly paid, and that's one of the things that everyone is saying, that if judiciary is properly taken care of, perhaps
please,
they will do their due diligence and do their job without undue interference.
No. In the environment we are operating, even if they are well paid, are you telling me that some politicians will not still do what they are known to be doing whenever they have a matter in court? Didn't you hear what Bukachua said? Is the wife a poor woman? Is she now being paid as an appeal court judge? Tell me, what money is she looking for? But look at what was going on. So please, those things are not what we want. All this thing is saying now, we can no longer be deceived though. If you want to do something, let him do it and stop going through the back door. You want to review salary? Review the salary of everybody, not just the judiciary. That
the salary of everyone is already in the offing. He mentioned that.
It's in the offing. It's in the offing, yes. When you want to do it, do all of them holistically. After all, the executive, we don't even know how much they earn. As I talk to you today, I don't know how much is Tinubu's salary. But in America, just Google the website, how much an American president earns. Is that not true? We don't know how much our president, all our executives, we don't know how, all the ministers, do you know how much they earn? But in America, just punch your laptop, you will see their salary written. Everybody knows how much they earn in America. I'm talking of the biggest economy in the whole world. They didn't go and start plundering their treasury because there is so much money there. But in your own case, with the little you have, it is being plundered. And they will come around and tell you that we don't have cash. We don't have cash. I was even shocked. These people, somebody that is looking for money, very precious. You remember that during Buhari, they told us that they were stealing a crude oil, 400,000 a barrel. Were you not shocked that even under this present dispensation, the same oil is being stolen? And the National Security Advisor Nuhu is the one telling us. Meanwhile, nobody has been arrested though. No, tell me. Nobody has been arrested. Why? Is this spirit that are stealing this oil? So, if you are paying people 2 naira and you close your eyes while they are stealing 1,000 naira, what have you done? You have not done anything now. So don't come and tell me, after all, the salary they are earning is this. The one they are stealing is with the problem, not the ones you are paying them. The executive cannot tell me that they don't know who is stealing our oil, which is our cash cow. If you cannot be able to arrest what is going on in the oil industry, then what a prudent are you managing? You are not a prudent manager now. You are not. Simple.
All right, so let's quickly get to the next story, which, by the way, I think I'd skipped during introduction. So I'm sure that you came across the reports that there may be possible final judgment from the tribunal on the 16th of September. However, the tribunal has now dismissed that story, or probably debunked the story as a mere rumor.
You see,
the Presidential Election Tribunal challenging the elections of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know, the Secretary of the Presidential Election Petition Court panel, Barrister Josephine J. Ekperube, confirmed this to Newsmen today while reacting to a viral report that the tribunal had fixed September 16, 2023. Someone actually tweeted that on Twitter as the judgment date for Atiku Abubakar, People's Democratic Party, PDP, Peter Obi of Labour Party, parties, and including the APM, I guess, against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Independent National Electoral Commission, and Kashim Shettima, and the All Progressive Congress, who are all respondents to that suit. So, so as it were, the tribunal has not debunked that. That's, however, that a due date would, be made known to everyone. What do you think is actually the reason for the delay so far after the final hearings and the conclusive or conclusion statement by everyone involved? What do you think could be causing the delay in judgment? Is it usually the case? First of all, I'd like to know.
It is not.
So why is this extra?
This delay is the one. It is this delay that is causing these speculations. And you cannot blame the people. People are anxiously waiting for the judgment of this tribunal. And if this delay continues, people may just even judge the matter on their own. I'm telling you.
How can people judge the matter on their own? Are they courts?
Hold on. In 1980, was it not 1983? Yes, during the civilian administration. My uncle Mbakwe, they did the election in Imo State. Old Imo State. The man waited for the result, which everybody is aware of. Gino Onyejiaka, who was the INEC, of course, the INEC Federal Electoral Commission at that time in Imo State. They were trying to play pranks, and Mbakwe is an MPP man, and the MPN wanted to overrun Imo State. The man waited, and the result was being delayed. He went to IBS and announced the result himself.
But his result cannot be authentic as against.
That is it. So you now tell them to announce the one they have. Yes, now. And at the end
so I don't call you my own, may you call your own.
At the end of the day, his own result was the authentic one. So when you delay things like this, you give room for so many things. It is not proper. I don't see any reason for the delay. I don't. Seriously, I don't. After all, the APC and Tinubu and INEC, they made it simple because they didn't put up any defense. Is that not true? They didn't put up any defense, so they made it simple. Even the day they had to do their own defense, they waived it. I'm telling you. So I don't see.
Well, they did, but just that not so many witnesses came up.
That's what I'm saying. They have I think some days which they did not even use because there was no witness. They didn't bother to even start challenging some of the documents and all that. So they have simplified the matter for the tribunal. I don't know what they are waiting for. If they come up, somebody may tweet another date that he had it from the chairman of the tribunal. They will continue to do that until the judgment comes. They are now forcing the hand of the look, give us this. We want to know what happened. We want to know what happened. Because with what is going on now, people are, even market women, they are even writing the result already. Market women, they are telling you where this thing will go and where it will not go. All because the tribunal is delaying. I don't see the need for this delay. That personally, I don't. And if they don't want more speculations and more fake dates, the tribunal should give Nigerians what they are looking for. Whether good or bad, they say it. After all, heaven will not fall.
All right, so let's move to the next story very quickly. So Amobi Oga, a member of the House of Representatives, called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, as a way of proving his love for Igbos. Oga, who represents Isikwato Omoneuchi Federal Constituency in the Green Chamber, offered that looks like okay, that's not Mwahi. I wanted to say that is almost close to Nnamdi Kanu's constituency, right? Offered his recommendation last week after a courteous visit to Alex Otti, governor of Abia State, in his country home in Isialangwa local government area. The lawmaker said Kanu's release will expose criminal gangs that are using the IPOB leaders' detention to cover their acts of terrorism in the southeast. So he said the president has done so much. The only disagreement I have with him is the issue of giving us only 5 ministers in the entire southeast, he said. I think the president should have balanced it to show that really he loves Igbo. I was telling the world that Mr. President loves us, but the only way he can show that he loves us is to give us Nnamdi Kanu by releasing him, so that insecurity in the southeast will be reduced drastically. I'd like to cut it off there.
So,
I remember him now, Oga now, Uche Oga's younger brother,
that,
who did say that he never knew the president was this, ready, prepared, and intelligent, and that he, admires him a lot. Yes.
That one is political talk. You and I know that. Look,
but all of you were against him when he made the statement.
Yes, now he shouldn't have said such a thing. Now that is being sycophantic.
Why would he be? If he sees someone and thinks the person is good, he hadn't met the president personally. He did meet him, and that was a sincere and honest opinion of who the president was to him.
Meeting him once cannot explain everything about Tinubu. That is where I have an issue with that pleasantries. He met him once, and under few seconds, you have already judged his. Have you measured the Tinubu's IQ to know how intelligent he is?
He did. I think he did.
He didn't.
Based on the first meeting he had with him.
No. If you want to measure IQ, there are instruments for that. There are people who do it. The last time I checked, Oga is not an expert in that. So he couldn't have told us, he couldn't have been telling us that the Tinubu is very intelligent. Then what happened to Albert Einstein? What happened to him? So if people want to talk, let them speak for themselves.
So away from what he said, let's talk about what he had said in the past. Let's talk about what he said now about the release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Everybody is clamoring for the release of Nnamdi. Even, look, the federal government knows that Nnamdi Kanu has become an albatross. You know, when you have a bone on your throat, you can't swallow it, you can't vomit it. That is where Nnamdi Kanu matter is now. The thing is hanging on their throat. They don't know what to do with it. That is the truth. There is a proverb in my place. It says that the onye jidi kenala jomuye. The federal government, they don't know what to do with Nnamdi Kanu's case, because apart from Nigeria, the whole world is watching. In fact, they have already collected so much opprobrium because of Nnamdi Kanu. You remember that the United Nations, a world body, wrote 3 letters under Buhari to tell them why they should detain Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, the federal government is keeping adamant over that matter. So you can see that the thing is on their throat. You don't know what to. They thought the matter will be a walkover, that people will support them. But you can see international support for Nnamdi Kanu. That is where the dilemma is now. International support. So this idea that IPOB is a terrorist, do you hear that again? Let them come and tell me that the United Nations is supporting a terrorist. Or that you can use as supporting a terrorist. Was that not the propaganda they were promoting all over the place? IPOB is a terrorist agreement, and Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of a terrorist group. That one have died down. He can't fly. That guy is telling Tinubu to give him more than 5 ministers. What vote did you give him? We are not interested. These are all. These are just insignificant issues. If they give you 20 ministers, what impact will it make? If they did not, or if they were not giving free hand to work and all that, it's not about justice to all. The Igbo man is not asking you for position. He's asking for a level playing field for everybody, so that he can work with his hands. That is what we stand for. All this position and all the people that collected the position, all the people that have been collecting the position since independence, where are they? What happened to their region? So it's not about a position. They said we did not give them vote the other time, 5% vote. The people that gave 100% vote, what happened to them? Are they enjoying it? So when people go to play this second fiddle, they should go with their own name, not the name of the Igbos. That the Igbos want 20 ministers. Did we give him 20 votes? They allocate this ministerial appointment according to votes. We are not bothered. We are not bothered. Nigerian politics is the winner takes all. Or is that not what is going on here? The winner takes all. If your own people succeed, then you go and lick the sugar. If you fail, you lick your wound. That is Nigerian politics, and I don't know how we can move forward like that. So anybody that is going there, let him go with his name. Don't go and tell them that the Igbos want more ministerial appointment. The ministers we had before, what happened? No, what happened? You mean the minister will collect the money and then transfer all of them to the southeast? No, look at it now. What impact will he make if the ministers you are asking for, if they were appointed and they were not given free hand to operate or work, what would they do? No, tell me. The one that they appointed before another, what happened to them? Even where they claim that they are the owner of Nigeria, what happened to the ministers in that region? Was it a star performer? No. So UNGA should be speaking for himself. After all right,
Mr. Darlington,
was a minister, what he did.
This is his elder brother that was a minister, minister for state. So let's move to the next conversation.
And it did not impact in him, Abi. Where did they get money for his political pursuit?
Asari Dokubo, the leader of the Niger Delta People's Salvation Force, has paid a congratulatory visit to Abdullahi Ganduje, national chair of the All Progressives Congress, EPC. Now, Dokubo congratulated Ganduje on his election as national chair of the ruling party. They posted this picture, and in fact, the official handle of the APC posted pictures taken by Asari Dokubo and Mr. former Governor Ganduje on the official Twitter handle. And a lot of people have been reacting to it. So this same man brandishing all sorts of weapons, and now he pays a courtesy visit, and you post on your official party's page, and it's not a problem. I thought you'd like to react to that very quickly before we move on.
Asari Dokubo is looking and searching for rehabilitation. It's like this man is down financially. Seriously, I don't know whether they have released his properties and his businesses in Cotonou. Buhari shut them down, especially his school. So I don't know this one that he's running from one APC leader to the other looking for rehabilitation. I don't know what he's trying to gain. He has already enjoyed the amnesty money. If I were him, I should go and sit down. Because you see this mercenary job he's playing. He should go and look at those who played it, how they ended up. Mercenary job is a risky business. You can be used and dumped anytime. That's the truth. Go and ask the leader of the Wagner group. When you become a nuisance, they will take you out and nothing will happen. Yes, now, because you know what you are doing. You are not doing a honorable job. So if you are taken out dishonorably, you won't complain. You have been feeding fat from the misery of other people, and you are enjoying it. All the nonsense he said that he will kill Igbos, water. He will do this. I was just looking at him and said, look at. He didn't read the story of Kensaro Wewa or Adakaburu. He didn't. That was why I was waiting the one day I may meet him somewhere and I will tell him his story. Maybe to quieten him. All these things, don't worry, very soon now he will look for VP and go and pay him a visit and congratulate him for becoming a VP. Then after that, he will look for the secretary to the party and because the last time I checked, the Tinubu have told him we don't want to see him again in Asari Dokubo, Abi? So he's now going through the back door to, secure another validation. He's looking for rehabilitation. That's just the summary. And I don't think anybody is going to rehabilitate him because already the army are not happy. I'm telling you, the Nigerian army are not happy with him. With what he has said so far, they are not happy with him. I will advise him to watch his back. Simple. I will advise him to watch his back.
So I'm moving on to more conversations. The French president, Emmanuel Macron, says France will continue to support Mohamed Bazoum, the Niger Republic president who was deposed last month. Now, speaking to ambassadors in Paris today, the French capital, Macron said France has faced hostility in recent times owing to its policy of backing the courageous. On Friday, Niger's military junta ordered Sylvain, the French ambassador, to leave the country within 48 hours. In a statement, the country's foreign ministry said the decision to expel the ambassador stemmed from his refusal to honor an invitation by Niger's Minister of Foreign Affairs. The statement also added that other actions by the French government contrary to the interest of Niger's contrary to the interest of Niger led to the ambassador's withdrawal. Now, hours after the expiration of the deadline, Macron applauded the ambassador for staying put. France and its diplomat have faced particularly difficult situations in some countries in recent months, from Sudan, where France has been exemplary, to Niger at this very moment, and then the French president also mentioned that both of them. In fact, in his words, he says, "I applaud your colleagues who are listening from their posts." Macron added that France would not change its position on the coup. "I think our policy is the right one." That's what he said. You would also recall that I did say that earlier today, thousands were gathered at the, some embassies in Niger, seeking for withdrawal of French military from Niger Republic. I'd like you to react to this.
I will advise Macron to go and do a soul searching. You see, all this, they used to say, Obi is a boy, Obi is a boy. But as of today, I think Obi is becoming a man. Oh. The French colonies are becoming a man. They are trying to assert their independence. On what basis will Macron be telling Nigerian people what is good for them and what is not good for them? The principle of assimilation is long dead and gone. You cannot decide how a man will live his life, how he will sleep, what he will eat, how he will dress, his culture. Look at the distance between Niger and France. This is Africa. That one is Europe. And you are exerting your influence in an African nation because you claim you colonize them. Colonialism died long ago now. Slave trade died long ago now. So why can't you hands off these people? Why can't you leave them alone? That is the question. They say they don't want you again to be their colonial master. Look, Britain colonized America, United States. Britain was their colonial master. America woke up one morning and said, no, we want to be free. America did not only become free, they excused themselves from being a member of the Commonwealth. You know, Commonwealth is all British colonies to be headed by the Queen. America said, no, we cannot be led by a woman. They freed themselves. Today, America is taking order from Britain. In international politics, America is leading Britain, their colonial masters. Look, Precious, there are things that I don't want to get irritated. At what point will Africa get it right? If we continue like this, that the Frenchman will come and decide what an African, what is good for him. Look at all the French colonies. Look at the level of development. All because all their resources are going to France. France will decide how much they need in a day to survive. He is not talking about that, and he's telling us that the French is staying put in is Niger their land? No, is Niger their land? Detroit, which is the automobile capital of the whole world today in the United States, was a French land. America bought it from them. Why haven't they gone there to reclaim it? Detroit in America. Why can't they go there? But because it is an African, they claim nobody is here. Who will talk to them? Who will challenge them? That's why they can talk down on anybody. You want to go and stay put. All the infractions they have been committing all over the world, especially the French government, have they talked about it? Precious, as I talk to you today, Congo DR is, in fact, it's like God deposited all the mineral resources on earth in that country.
And that country has been worked on.
Have they allowed that country to breed? Precious. Look, I don't want this man to annoy me. I will tell him something. Oh. You see this Macron? All of them, they just had a meeting and descended on Congo DR that country will never see progress. I'm telling you. Go and check.
And their people are languishing.
Go and check.
In fact, the case of Congo, I'm wondering why it's not making international news like that of Ukraine. Because the war in Congo DR, or the catastrophe there, has been going on years even before the Ukraine issue. And the people are suffering there. I don't even know how far the humanitarian work there is going.
If you know the level of brigandage in that country, you will now know how wicked this Western world are. I'm telling you, they are arming each ethnic group against each other. They are arming them to be fighting themselves while they are plundering their resources. Go and look at the history of this country since 1960. Remember that Egwuatu fought there. That was where he displayed his bravery. Egwuatu. The same Congo. Yet, they don't want to leave that country alone. Look at a country being plundered since 1960 up till now. Look at how blessed this Africa is. Look at where Congo should have been by now, but these people don't want to let go. Yet, they can come here and be giving order. You should not leave. You should not leave. You stay there. Stay there. Is it your land? Because you colonize them, Abi? Didn't this colonialism die years ago? So why do you want to continue to practice it? And you claim you are a civilized world. You claim that you cherish human rights. Which human right are you fighting when you don't want people to enjoy their God-given mineral resources? Which human right? Human right, does it not include economic right? How can you give me a human right and you are not giving me economic and political right? Then what have you done? What right are you giving me? Anyway, I will not blame them. It is African leaders. And in fact, I will blame Nigeria. Nigeria that is supposed to be the hope of the black race. If Nigeria to be where it's supposed to be, they can't do anything here without talking to Nigeria. And if Nigeria said they should go, they'll go back. They'll go back. But who is here to talk? Nobody. So I don't blame you. Let the ambassador remain there. By the time war will break out, let me see whether he will still be there. Let him remember what happened in Libya. This thing happened when Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State too. And the same thing covered up until hell was let loose. The American embassy was invaded and the man died there. The ambassador died. That was what caused Hillary Clinton her presidency. That particular incident. So let he present the ambassador for not leaving. Let him remain there. I pray he should not leave. Let him remain there. They planted bottle there.
All right, so let's move to the next conversation very quickly, very quickly. All right, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has barred federal government officials who have no specific roles to play or without any proof of direct participation from attending the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, in New York, United States. The president's action, according to a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Mr. Gilali, was part of a broader effort to reduce the cost of governance in Nigeria. We need to reduce the cost of governance. I'm coming to this conversation. President Tinubu Gilali said, directed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to freeze the processing of visas for all government officials seeking to travel to New York, for UNGA's official schedule activities. Now, the statement further explained, to prevent any sharp practice in this regard, the U.S. mission in Nigeria is accordingly guided on official visa processing, while Nigeria's permanent mission in New York is further directed to prevent and stop the accreditation of any government official who is not placed on the protocol lists forwarded by the approving authority. And the letter reads that by this directive, the president, by the directive of the president, all ministries, departments, and agencies are mandated to ensure that all officials who are approved for inclusion in the UNGA delegation strictly limit the number of aides and associated staff partaking in the event. Where excesses or anomalies in this regard are identified, they will be removed during the final verification process. He said a lot. Now, Mr. Darlington, the reason why this is of great interest is you would recall that over the years, I don't want to say that Africa has been like a laughingstock whenever they go to UNGA, United Nations General Assembly, because most times you get to see, for example, the last one that happened before the president, the last presidency of the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, where we went to about, I think, 50-something delegates, right, to that assembly. And we went there to also seek for death release, to beg them to forgive our death. Meanwhile, the heads of some other countries or European countries who had more money than us and who were supposed to be united in giving us this death release, traveled with lesser envoy. So, and in fact, there was a particular person who even analyzed the travel history of most African heads when they come to such meetings. That African heads come with large envoy, come on private jets, and get to hire the best of cars when they come in. Get to rent the best of hotels. Meanwhile, some of the European leaders of the European countries that that also come for this event come with perhaps lesser envoy, and they just rent common hotels or close to just bare enough hotels and all that. So it shows that they are limited in their finances and their expenses, as it were. But Africans always spend more. So this is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, taking it up and saying that we don't want plenty protocols. We don't want plenty people coming to, that meeting. If you don't have any official assignment there, don't you think that is a path at the back?
The statement, if it is followed through, it is worth it too. But Precious,
sir,
this is not the first time you and I have had this statement. Remember that Buhari said nobody will even go for medical tourism. Nobody will do this. Nobody will do that. This one will happen. And people were clapping. At the end of the day, what happened? Please, what happened? You see why I'm always scrutinizing Tinubu's statements and policies is because he already told you he was coming to consolidate what Buhari did. So each time he makes a statement, I take it with a pinch of salt. Go and check now. By the time the chips are down, even though he may not be going, you will see how many people that will go, thereby messing up what he has said. All these things he's doing now just to be in the good book of Nigeria. That yes, look, was it not this same Tinubu that said that P2B is a stingy man? He doesn't like to spend money. Is that not true? So he himself likes to be extravagant. So what is he preaching now? I won't take him serious now because that is not in his character. He's just saying it because he wants to say it. In reality, he didn't mean what he's saying. He may be saying it because he may not be going. As long as this thing is going to be hosted in America, in New York, he may not be going. So he wants to stop those who want to go.
And if he eventually goes, what happens?
Let us see. Because he didn't say he would be going. No, he said those who will be going.
Of course, going with him. He's the president, and he's been invited.
That's it. Let him go. I would be so,
and it was a very special invitation.
Good. I would be so happy if he would go. Let him go, and then maybe speak to the world about us. That is what he's supposed to. He's supposed to be marketing Nigeria. Let the world now know who is Nigerian president. What is wrong there? It is at the United Nations that you demonstrate your capacity as a leader. You don't remain in your cocoon and be talking that you should be death should be forgiven and all that. Go there and make an impact. That is what I expect him to do. But as to telling me that you want to save money, you want to do this, what he has done so far does not show that he wants to save money. If you want to save money, let him tidy up what is going on with our oil industry. That is where our money is. We are losing money. You cannot be telling me every day that you want to save. Which money are you saving? When under your watch, the money is being stolen. Your national security advisor is telling you, telling you that 400,000 barrels, $4 million every day, precious $4 million, convert it. And you tell me you want to save money. Which money are you saving? Tell me. Look at the contradiction. For somebody who wants to save money, should you allow 1 naira to be stolen? Have you seen where I'm going?
But he already mentioned today that he inherited a bad economy. That means these things had already started before he came in. So it's not like it's his fault.
But please, Precious.
Sir?
Precious.
Sir?
Today is Monday. What
did I do?
Don't let us start this week on a bad note. Tinubu told you that he prepared for this job. We should not pity him. When he went to campaign in Calabar, did he not tell you that they don't know what to do? They don't have the people to do the job. In fact, they don't even know how to start. Is that not what he was boasting at Calabar? Only for go the following day to go and talk to Buhari behind closed door. Now that he has inherited the economy, let him do what he's supposed to do now. By the way, whom did he inherit the economy from? No, was it P2B? Or was it Jonathan? Jonathan left how many years ago? So let him, you see, if time matters how to do with Buhari, they will just find a way not to talk about it, not to mention his name. You inherited it from who? That is what I want to hear. Was it not the one who was telling us that Buhari have done so much? All the supporters. Why are they complaining that the economy is bad? Why? After they told us that Buhari is the next thing after God. So please, I don't want anybody to go there. Don't bring that argument there. You will be turning my stomach.
All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your thoughts and your reactions to this conversation. 0700 903 903. 903 and 0700 903 9039. Yes, the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, has told the president to dismantle Abuja oil cartel to save Nigeria's economy. Mr. Darlington, I'm sure you like this story. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been urged to redirect the ongoing fight against oil theft in the creeks of the Niger Delta region to powerful oil cartel in Abuja who use their position and influence to rob the country of its resources.
Oh.
River State Governor Sim Fubara, who disclosed this, also faulted federal government's ceding of contracts for security and surveillance of pipelines in the hands of an individual or a few persons, asserting that the development won't help the fight against oil theft. Mr. Darlington, let me about break. Oh yeah, respond quickly so we'll open the phone lines.
You just validated what I said. For a country that is looking for money, how can you allow your main source of income to be plundered in this manner? And you keep giving excuses. Look at it. Is that not an embarrassment of the highest?
But these are things he already met in the office. I mean, so the president met the situation, and you would agree that it only takes time to be able to correct anomalies that you meet in office.
Hey, God Almighty! Please, is it not the same thing Buhari told us that what PDP destroyed in 16 years, you need at least some time to repair it? Did he repair anything? Did he not worsen it? In fact, he even aggravated the matter before he left office. This one has come again. You people are who destroyed it? Tell me. Didn't APC tell us that they have brought change? So this is the change, Abi. Passing blame from one APC leader to the other. Is that the change they brought? I am telling you that if Tinubu truly means business, the first thing you should have tackled is this oil matter. Anything that has, because that is where the money should come from. Since he cannot tackle it, what is he blaming anybody? Imposing tax here and there, looking for money here and there. I have told you that except Tinubu tell us where he will get money to do what he promised Nigerians, I don't have faith in what he promised. It cannot work. Already he said he will not borrow money. So where will you get the money? Since you are not even meeting your OPEC quota, the 2 million barrel you are supposed to produce in a day, you are not even producing up to 1.3 or 1.4. The rest are being stolen, and you are aware. You have national secretary who knew what is going on. All the promises that they made, they are going to do this, they are going to do that. All theft must stop. Look at the report coming out. Look at the report coming out. So where will the money come from for Tinubu to work? Have you seen why I said I don't believe in what he's saying? Have you seen it now? The money is not there. And you can never give what you don't have.
All right, Lagos phone lines are open 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
My name is James. I'm calling you from Igbejileki.
James, you're welcome. Go ahead.
The first time I see this government enter power, I didn't see any good plan of them because if you remember, 2015 that Buhari entered power, they continued blaming the PDP government for 8 years. When Buhari ruled for 4 years, they now promised Nigeria that 4 years is not enough for them to balance the economy. And again, they now repeat another 8 years. Now the 8 years are complete. Now they now get another person that's still ruling under the APC that are still complaining for the bad economy. So do you see any good plan of them? Keep on complaining. They want to complain for another 15 years.
Oh God.
Which is very wrong. Thank you. That's just my conclusion.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right then. Olga just came and dropped the message for me like that and left. Well, we're all entitled to our opinion, don't we? Aren't we? Hello, good evening to you.
Challenge him now if you can.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Good evening. All right, apologies. So when you call us, turn down the volume of your radio set and be ready to talk with us so we can speak with you too. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And it says, good evening, Mr. Darlington and Precious. My name is Ambrose. University lecturers and medical doctors have been agitating for payment of their long-old allowances since the time of Buhari.
Yes.
Your president, that's how he typed it, it's not me. He said, your president didn't deem it fit to answer them, but he wants to answer the judicial. Oh, what a caring president. That's how he wrote it, it's not me. The message is here. He put, oh, what a caring president. That's how he put it. All right.
Yes, now.
So this more messages here. This says, good evening, what did it say? Miss Sweetest PAA and Mr. Darlington, it's me, Kenna, your huge super supporter. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. It's been quite a while since I tuned into your program. You're truly the best. Oh, go and rest. Thank you so much, Kenna. I appreciate you. And then this says, I'm Casey from Apapa Hen. Casey, what did you say? What say it thou? Please, is this not Voice of the People, VOP? It is now. It is ours. And then this says, good evening, Precious and Mr. Darlington. On the take that, my take is that Nigeria is so blessed with mineral resources, but our leaders, they misuse the natural resources. How can a governor or a minister or senator will be driving bulletproof car? And they are telling us that we'll move forward if it's another country. You're not born to be driving bulletproof car when the people are suffering. You will come out to tell them where you have that money. But Nigeria will be praising them instead. What a country we are. Phone lines are open. Well, if you are watching from YouTube and you're in the diaspora, you'd like to chime in on the conversation, you can call the WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. 0700-903-9039. That's a WhatsApp line. But the terrestrial number to call is 0700-903-903-903. Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Yes.
Precious.
Good evening. Thank you. Welcome. What's your name, please?
CK, calling from Isolo.
CK from Isola. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mr. Darlington, I greet you. From all indication, we all can see that the government is not ready. They are not ready. If you remember when Buhari took over, he was blaming PDP. He was throwing all kind of blames. And they said they needed more years, and they were giving more years. After 8 years, there was not.
And you had to call my name Precious. You had to call my name Precious to ask that question, Abi. As a special advisor to the presidency that I am, right? Thank you. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that if one cannot improve on what is on the ground, can't you just maintain it? This government we have, you remember what Shawore said yesterday? He said, these guys are making revolution easier for Nigerians. And I'm afraid that is where we are almost heading to, because there's no alternative now. There's no way out. It's obvious that they have no plan. There's no policy, people-oriented policies on the ground. The oil has been theft, and you are giving contract to few individuals. We know that they are all of them, not them. You are giving a contract to protect the same pipeline. How can you be doing the same thing and expecting a different result? This contract was given by previous governments to those same guys, and nothing came out of it. And this government is repeating the same thing. Precious, I'm sorry, the future looks bleak in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
They are bulletproof cars. You see this bulletproof car? When the chips are down, they may not even find the way inside that bulletproof car. That is what I'm. You know, when I say it here, they say you hate this, but you hate. No. I am telling you authoritatively that they are just preparing the ground. You know, when you pour fuel on the ground, where there is somebody's cooking. What are you? Don't you know that fuel that fire will draw the fuel? They are just preparing the ground, and they think that the people are so docile. They have hypnotized them that they can't talk. that people are so weak and so, they have even lost their sense of humanity, so they don't think again they can, but I'm telling you, it is just one spark like this, one spark. Go and ask Libya with all that Gaddafi did for them in Libya. One grocery seller just set himself ablaze, and that was it. The Arab Spring happened. Humanity is the same. Angry man in Nigeria is the same angry man in Europe, in Indonesia, in any Arab nation. Humanity is the same. Whatever any poor man is going through that made him to do unthinkable, it is the same thing that will make another hungry man to do the same thing somewhere else. Let them study the history of revolution all over the world. It starts with people doing this type of nonsense, thinking that they are clever. You don't have money, you don't have money. Look at how they are living like God. God of money, mammon. Look at the type of money that these people are throwing all over the place, spending. And when you talk, they say, as a senator, 2 million is too small for me to go on holidays. 2 million naira. That is somebody's salary for 3 years. Salary. If you are earning 50,000 a month,
All right, so Mr. Dalit,
is that not 600,000?
Let's go back to our messages. So lots of messages here on YouTube. We have Chineduko. He says, "Good evening, my people out there. Help me tell our president to hold on his favor. Until the D-Day is business as usual, or eye on the judiciary." And Isaiah Adon, I see what you said there. Thank you. And Kenneth Zeke says, CIA has entered the room. 1979 Chicago University records have disappeared from Chicago State University.
I'm telling you.
So that particular year result has
disappeared.
Kenneth,
you can see.
Kenneth Osapita says, "Good evening, Precious. Playing the devil's advocate for this government is a great disservice to the country. People should leave me a beg." Tony says, "This is Joro Jara Joro." All right, so let me go back to my phone lines. I like to read your messages. You just crack me up. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
They cannot be protecting him for nothing. Money is
Hello,
going.
good evening.
Money
Protecting who now, Mr. Darlington? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Pius. I'm calling you from Beda, Lagos.
Pius, you're welcome. Go ahead.
I want to greet Mr. Darlington.
Mr. Darlington can hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. How long can it take a commander in chief, commander in chief, CMC, to a kind of stop oil theft in a country? Can anybody answer that?
This one they like jam question. Jam question. You take time to answer it.
A commander, if you really deem yourself, if you are really the commander in chief of armed forces, will it take ages? Will it take up to 1 week for you to stop oil thief? Not oil privilege, oil thief. They said about over 500,000 liters every day. So how long, if you really want to? You were playing the devil. I want to ask you something. If you are given a particular assignment,
Mr. Darlington, you're nodding your head.
Hello?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sir.
Taken to a particular radio station that is down, and they said you come and revive it, and you will be paid about 10 million every month. How long will it take you to revive that?
You will die inside the job.
Me.
You will die inside the job.
Okay, they say I will be paid 10 million every month.
Every month, 10 million.
Until I revive the station.
And every equipment is provided.
He provided.
Just hold on. Meaning that if I revive the station on time, my 10 million naira will stop coming, Abi.
Are you going to delay it?
No.
Wait, just hold on.
Do that. Somebody else will come in to do that. I mean, how long will it take you to?
Okay, meaning that if I do my job on time, my 10 million will keep coming, right?
Yes,
because
now.
I'm competent.
Yes, now. Yes.
Me that I'll show working overnight.
Yes, now. You will die there working for the
overnight. I will not go home. Don't worry. I'll make sure that in 24 hours that station will feel that somebody has come there.
Thank you very much. A beautiful answer. Now, have you felt in about 3 months now? I'm not. I want to talk about Jonathan, Obasanjo. Those are in the past. Buhari, those are in the past. They all failed. I'm talking about this administration. If they really want to, are we not supposed to be seeing signs?
Happy?
You understand me? At least if you want to prepare a stew and they tell you the stew is not ready, at least you will be perceiving some aroma. Like I think some certain things is about to or a wusu soup. You understand me? So this one is that you don't know nothing, aroma, nothing is coming out.
With all the promise,
nothing. So the hunger is still there. Because if you be maybe give us 30 minutes, it will be okay. Give us 1 hour at least as part 2. At least you will be hopeful. But this one is that nothing is practically being done. So I don't. So the thing is that I can't imagine. Sometimes I begin to think if Nigeria is that hell that is described in the Bible. I'm sorry to say that, but that is just it. Because the whole thing is done upside down. Even some primary school people. My children in the past, sometimes they will say, why is this thing not done like this? You understand me? So I don't know. Hello?
I can hear you. We're listening very attentively like good students.
Even the children in primary school, they will begin to say, why is this thing not done like this?
Like a devil's advocate, you must
listen. Who claim to be in advanced in age, even if they don't go to school. Because in those days, in years back, the chiefs in the village, they didn't go to school, but they organize things. They run government
with native intelligence. Yes,
they didn't go to school
with native intelligence.
They run the government, and things were going flowing very well. So why is it? Sometimes I can't imagine the whole thing. I can't imagine. It is unimaginable. I'm telling you the truth. It is really. I don't know how to describe it. We're not even going anywhere. We're going.
Thank you.
We're going far backward.
Sorry. Thank you.
It's a pity.
Thank you. Thank you for airing your thought. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right then.
This ministerial appointment pressure. Did you hear Minister of Petroleum? Did you hear Minister of Petroleum? Your cash cow. That is where you should be paying attention.
But did Buhari not man the Ministry of Petroleum in his tenure? Did Obasanjo not man the Ministry of Petroleum in his tenure? I mean, so perhaps that's what's happening. Someone sets the precedent and someone is following.
Yes, and what progress did they make?
Well, it doesn't matter. But I have to. Well, Mr. Darlington, leave me or let me go to my messages.
You said it does
not. Mr. Darlington. So this message says, "Good evening, Precious and Mr. Darlington. Happy New Week. It is confirmed that Asari Dokubo was a Niger Delta militant and still behaving like one with all he has been saying. At the same time, this is Nigeria where someone or some people are defending Nnamdi Kanu, who we don't need to explain much before we see the evidence on YouTube where he has been inciting his voice against government and individuals, right? And then Nnamdi Kanu is confirmed terrorist. Wow. Mr. Darlington, stop defending your brother Nnamdi Kanu. Let's call a spade a spade. I always take Mr. Darlington analysis as with a pinch of salt. Imagine his analysis on president reducing UNGA delegation. Now, wow, Tunde from Ijegamo sent in this. Mr. Ijegu. Mr. Mark from Agege says, good evening, ma'am. Every year, ex-government comes to tell us 400k barrels of oil stolen per day. Is it the poor man that steals this oil? Are barrels of oil something to put inside pockets and walk away? The government knows those stealing it. The thieves are in the government themselves. Let them stop playing with the feelings of Nigerians, please. It is getting really annoying. I blame Nigerians. You blame them? How do you blame them? All right, let's go back to our phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Chibundo from... Okay, let me get to the point. I've heard everything the analyst said. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard everything, the analysis, from the analysis point of view. But for me, I think the issue of Nigeria is, like I keep saying in other platform, another fora, is systemic. Do you notice that the Buhari administration blamed the PDP for 16 years?
Absolutely.
And the PDP sometimes blamed the military for the issues that they met on ground. So it's an issue of whenever you enter, you blame the past. So it means that there was a wrong somewhere that keeps building up, cascading, and improving negatively. That is why the problem is now systemic. I can bet you I'm not a prophet of doom. If this system continues, in the next 8 years, the next man who will enter, whichever party, will still complain about the past people in government. So it's an issue. So the only way to cut down these excesses is the corruption that is killing us is so much. Now means there are so much leakages in the system with little income. The leakages come from oil theft, like the analyst said, high cost of governance, proliferation of all sorts of nonsense, overinflation of contracts, racketeering, everything. The country is hemorrhaging seriously when it comes to funding. Illicit slush fund going into
and is not looking.
Then who ran as a deputy governorship candidate in Akwa Ibom State. Let me leave it there. Those who are smart can know. So I don't call names. Was then a director in that Abuja Federal Capital Development Authority. So when he was deployed in that place, I think before he even got that position, there were issues. There were people who were. A lot of politics took place. He finally got it on merit. In less than 2 months in assumption of the office, after less than 2 months, that was January of the next year. He was in his office. One man from a company well known in construction in Nigeria, let me not say call names, came in with a bag. The person is a white man who came in with a bag, said, I'm looking for a sole director. They directed him. He went to that office, dropped the bag. After some few minutes, the man left. Then after some few minutes again, the director in the office came out, was filming, dashed into the office of my friend's director's office, that is another co-director, and was shouting on the director, see you, they have come again, no, they have come again, they want to set me up. The older director there said, what is the problem? He now told him what transpired. The older director laughed and swung in his chair, say, oh God, that is not the issue. The problem, the money is not for you, it's for the office. So whether you were there or not there, hello?
That is office get money when they come.
Yes, office get money.
Like Thanksgiving they come. Office they receive daily Thanksgiving.
Yes, every January that money comes from that construction company in Nigeria, well known, one of the first, second, third. Let me not call names now. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, so the director was swinging on the chair. He said, no, nobody's setting you up. Nobody knows you. In fact, the person that brought the money don't even know that you are the one there. So that one was feeling that the enemies are still at work. He said he won't collect the money. After filming, he said he won't collect without persuasions. The other director called my friend, who was his boy, and said, you see that man, as he's going to his office, follow him, he'll give you something. My friend followed him, thinking they are going to carry files. When he entered the office, he now told the director, say, sir, my boss said I should bring something. That one, I only turned at one corner and said, that's it there, carry it, I don't need it, I don't need those kind of things. So it was in Ghana Must Go. He thought it's a huge file that he never wanted to treat. He carried it innocently and brought to his Oga's office. And when he kept it, the Oga said, okay, told them to continue with their duties. Later, his Oga opened the Ghana Must Go. Pounds, euro, dollars, naira was there. My friend collected 700,000 as his own share as a boy. Other people, the least person in the office collected 300,000.
So, but that Oga that was in charge there refused to take. Truly, he refused to participate in sharing. That's nice.
They were setting him
but
up.
how many people can we have like that in Nigeria, though? That's nice that he refused to.
What the other director was saying is that, Oga, if you take it, you don't take it to every year they do budget for that. And if you don't take it, it's not only your office. Some other offices are ahead of you and below you. The thing is given according to level. So even if you don't approve, other people override you and the system goes. So that's why he says it's a systemic issue. Now, why is it a systemic issue? That if that man refuses the first year, second year, probably the wife or some relations know, or people in the community know, they start telling the man that you're a fool, you're an idiot. Come on, you don't know. God has blessed you. Even people in his church will say, God has blessed you, and you refuse to take it. You suffer in hunger. After first year, second year pressure, by the third year he'll bow. And when he bows, he may want to bow into arrears. by now demanding for the ones he never took. So this is the problem we have in Nigeria. Our problem is systemic.
So you're saying are you saying that this is a true life experience or true life encounter of someone?
Look at, okay, we now said we are going to have oil wells to individuals. That is when the issue of this theft to increase. Haven't you noticed that? Now we say we want to remove subsidy, but if you look at it in a way, technically subsidy is still there. How can you say you remove subsidy and want to allow market forces to take do the price?
But we're pegging the price of oil.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So our problem is, I don't even know. In fact, I pity whoever will be in charge of Nigeria. I'm not trying to make excuses for the current man, but I think our problem is systemic. The earlier, the better.
Then whose responsibility will it be to take care of that, to purge that thing out of the system? That thing started one day. It can also end one day, won't it?
I'm coming. Even the civil servants that are at the lowest crumbs crying. Those that are doing, let me even go to the legal ones. I'm not going to the illegal ones. Their allowances and salaries. Is it not for Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission? Who are those that are in that place? Are they not civil servants? Who got it? Who designed their pay package? Is it not the civil servants? Because those ones will not be giving 1,000 or 2,000 breaths by the side as good boys, and they will not be shouting. Sometime early this year, a director came out and was shouting that they should increase the salaries of those in public offices. That has been long, they reviewed it. That man shouting as a director, is it not a public servant or a civil servant? Probably an equivalent of a PAMSEC. Why is it not being more Catholic than the Pope? Is it not because whenever they get to that position, they don't see themselves as with us now, they see themselves as they are on the other side. So the PAMSEC and the assistant directors don't see themselves as civil servants again. They are seeing themselves as in the other side, because they are the ones who are the conduit pipe, who are the underground men, foot soldiers for these men.
Exactly.
So they need to teach them how to play the game, so that when they play the game very well, Oga will take lion share, they will not take cup share. You know, the son of a lion is cup. Then everybody is collecting chop by chop, nobody vex. That's the problem we have. This systemic. Now, how can you come in a country? You have two different bodies: Revenue and Fiscal Mobilization Commission doing salaries for some particular set of people, the public servants, and then another one called Salaries and Wages Commission doing salaries for politicians.
Exactly.
What kind of offense is that?
Exactly,
why can't
my
we have
brother.
one?
Exactly, my
Now,
brother.
those in the
And they are all working for the same government.
They are all working for the same government. So what I would suggest is that whether public servant, civil servant, everybody should be on GL, grade level.
That's your suggestion. Is do you think that don't worry, don't waste your saliva in this particular suggestion here? I would suggest that you just let your case rest.
Sorry, in the federal civil service, the highest grade level is, I think, it's 17.
17. Yeah, I worked as a civil servant. So yes.
So let us be magnanimous and know. It's okay. You know what? Commissioner, equivalent, director, ministers,
all of them
from level
should end
25 to 30. No, from 25 to 30. Let us
they should just jump from level 17, 18, 19 to 35, 25 to 30.
Let them take there. Instead of saying 18, 19, to seem as if we are not magnanimous enough, since your mind is already open, let them dash them from 25 to 30 with the same incremental structure.
A non-existent, yes, a grade level that is not existing at all.
When they buy fuel, go to market with us, face what we face, they will sit up. And their thing will be based on minimum wage. No free fuel. Now, sometimes ask yourself, the salaries that governors and ministers and everybody's collecting, what is it for? You are living in a free house, free fuel, free cook, free food, free, even if you cough, they will pay you. What are you now? What is the salary for? Let's ask the analyst.
For the work that you're doing, Mr. Darlington, what's the work for? For the work now.
Remove all the. Even in US, when the president overspends, he pays himself. But here, even if the president calls the whole village and feeds them, it's federal government money.
Yes.
That is the problem.
I remember Michelle Obama saying that most of their guests that came to visit them at the White House, they were fend, they were taken care of by their own personal, from their personal pockets.
Of course.
That it wasn't the state's money.
That's the truth.
That a lot of their guests were taken care of from their personal. But a lot of people will think that because they're in the White House, it has to be from
telling you, you can't.
Let me tell you.
The teacup.
Initially, I used to say that the problem of Nigeria is APC, PDP. If you ask me honestly now, yes, APC have their issues or they have their baggage. I wouldn't exonerate them, but or PDP, the problem is more systemic.
So that means the problem of Nigeria is Nigeria.
A man can be APC in the morning, a PDP in the morning. You are clapping for Labour in them. Okay, let me now shock you. Everybody is now heading towards Labour. Are there no more Labour people in the National Assembly? What have they done? It means they are not in the same spirit or the same page with the leader, with the presidential candidate. That's who I call the leader. If they're on the same page, they would have been agitating. Let them agitate. Let it not be that they've not been heard. At least let them make.
Is it not what I mentioned that day? Mr. Darlington was fighting me. That said, why would they talk? That they should keep quiet. I said it that they can talk. Mr. Darlington said no. That because they're minority, they cannot talk. That they will chase them away from the assembly.
Let them talk.
That's what Mr. Darlington said.
If you talk and you're not heard,
did you hear it, Mr. Darlington?
First, sometime during that COVID period, there was a time they bought vehicles for those in National Assembly. Why didn't they go to Innocent? At least those in the southeast would have agitated. Even if they are not here, let them agitate first. All of them closed their mouth and took the thing, took Toyota products. So the revenue is going back to Japan. Because they like going for things in foreign nations because that's where the Gbemu is. If nationalized, there's nothing.
It's okay, my brother. Let other people come to the line. So you have wasted plenty time. It's okay. Thank you, honorable. Off the mic, honorable. Thank you.
Even this oil theft is systemic.
Thank you.
Those in oil theft, Igbo man is there, Hausa man is there, Fulani man is there. All of them are there, leaking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Now, you see,
Mr. Darlington, let me take messages. Please. Sorry, I have lots of messages to attend to. Okay. Udo Lisa Franklin says, Mr. Darlington and Dewo, I'm precious. My regrets, my regards to you. You look at. Thank you so much. He said, he said, let them be done cooking. Without done, we'll wait for them. Without thinking or returning to our houses, we wait. And he said, precious, all eyes and gazes on the judiciary, period. Shokumbi Bolanho says, well done, Precious and Darlington. Keep it up. With the Joro Jara Joro dance about Chicago University certificate, is it to say that president is now sensing where the pendulum is swinging? And then Tony says, former President Jonathan said there is no Nigerian, that there is no Nigerian, so nobody can save Nigeria. Chop and chop will continue. And yes, okay. And then this message says, Precious, during the campaign, Tinubu said that Buhari doesn't know how to do things. Precious, how much was dollar and other commodities in the market then and now? The last time they said they burnt vessel of crude oil. Tinubu didn't do anything about it. Now again, this one happened. $4 million wasted, and he's not going to do anything because okay. Emperor sent you that message. Emperor, I know you know that I cannot finish that message. Sir Eric Okechukwunwafo from Surulere said the APC is now going to be known as All Progressives Complaints. The party is a progress of complaints. I'll stop that, please. Stop. He said, we Nigerians are in for a tougher time, except there is a divine intervention. Stealing of crude oil is collusion against the poor masses by the privileged elites. Kasala go bust one day and they will have nowhere to hide. That's what Eric is saying. Let me go back to my phone lines now. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from okay.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
I did Mr. Darlington.
He can hear you. Go ahead.
Please, I have to say that, Mr. President Tinubu gave billion naira to governors. To me, that 5 billion is for them to secure vote for him. That would be wrong. Now,
no. You cannot come and be saying things without facts. Oga, just go straight ahead and make your input and don't.
Someone said that politicians are coming to his office with money to bribe him, to bribe her. But that they should not come up again to his office with money. Now, Tinubu have decided to resume money for judiciary. What is it for? It's not them bribe again. To bribe the money, to give the money so that they will just get in favor. That's what it is. People are coming for the refinery. He tried to do the refinery. They are coming for good things. All he do is to plan how to secure for himself, how to look Nigeria.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Oga. It's okay. It's okay, please. Don't say that. All right, so I take more messages. This says, good evening, VOP. This is what he said. This is why is it that presidential seat is not enough for Nigerian head of state? He will still add petroleum minister in his work. Not too much. I mean, the work no go too much for him like this. Honesty from Isolo sent in that message. And this says, good evening, Madam Precious and Mr. Darlington. I salute you as your sincere contribution at all times. My stand is that the 5 billion naira the president is planning to give the governors, they've already taken to 2 billion, just so you know, and has given them. When will it reach us like this? We need to share from big bonuses. Chooks from Oshodi. Well, some states have been receiving. I mean, that of Kwara State was trending on Twitter today. I don't know if it's exactly what they got, but it was trending this morning. My generation do not understand how Africa is the richest continent and still the poorest. You know who said this? You people are the best. Keep it up. Good work. Thank you. I appreciate you. How are you, Precious? And how was your weekend? My Darlington, keep on your good job. Ola from Chicago. He said, I love ya. He said he loves ya. You're 110%. You're 110%. All right, phone lines are still open. Lagos 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Lots of calls are trooping in, and the messages are so enormous too. Yossi from Ijegu says, Precious, you didn't tell us how the headsmen defied FCT minister's order in Abuja. Those guys moved their senior citizens around Asorok without any obstruction. Now my mouth, won't hear something. Let me gently go and take calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Hello. And welcome. Thank you.
Good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Kingston. I'm calling from Yanepaja.
You're welcome.
My take on this government and the appointees is that a time will come with the way I'm saying things, whereby the judiciary, they are yet to deliver the judgment. A time will come, even the so-called bulletproof the boat, they will not even have eye or leg to enter it. When the bomb, the bomb is about to blow if you don't take time. That's what I can tell you.
No. How are you guys doing this kind of thing now? No way. All right, so looks like my message, it's still the sanest place to be right now. So let me just gingerly go back to my messages. So I don't know for them all. So this message says, wonders will never end. It's only in our country a man will brag to us that he had first class in one, and then when it's time to showcase it, he tells us that he won't. With the way CSU is handling this case, I think it will rub off on CSU graduates. We are already certain that there is something smelling of fish somewhere. Or SAS sent in that message. And then this says, good evening, beloved Darlington and Queen. Hey, my name is Precious, by the way. I say, for the issue to fight oil theft, a single policy statement of the president will automatically stop this nonsense. Precious, who owns Owando Oil? Why is your president hiding his CSU? And who is the Minister of Petroleum? Have a nice day. Oba Fidelis Ali Mosho. You to have a nice day, Oba. After you throw all this one at me, you're telling me have a nice day. You to have a very nice day, Oba Fidelis. All right. So yeah. And then this says, good evening, Precious Bryce Darlington. I want to say that Nigeria is blessed with people. Okay, I was hoping that this is your best friend, Cha. He's not him. Magic. I want to say that Nigeria is blessed with people like Mr. Darlington, your radio guest, for telling the truth. It takes a bold, courageous, and patriotic man to tell the kind of truth that Mr. Darlington is working socially for a progressive Nigeria. Those who criticize him are naive and sentimental. People like Mr. Darlington come once in a century. They are rare. Sir, please keep it up. Fire burning. We love you. He's sweeting you. Okay, go soon they dance wicked dance as it sweet us. All right, so this says, good evening, Precious and Darlington. Please, let two of you be honest with us. If the president happened to be your father, will you be saying that he is not doing well and is not capable of this country? Who said he's not doing well? For me, I don't want to be thinking about this country and Mr. P, because whenever I wake up and see all I see who is in power, I use is hunger that is doing you, my brother. Sorry, no vex. And Mr. Chris, I get your point, but unfortunately I can't read all of your messages, and I'm sure you understand. Let me go back to my phone lines. You want to say something, Mr. Darlington?
Yes, we should be asking Sheyi, his son, now whether he like what his father is doing. Abi, They're even planning to make him youth minister. You saw this man.
Mama was changed from Minister of Youth to Niger Delta Minister.
So they are now saying they are now doing rally that Tinubu should make his son the Minister of Youth.
If he's qualified, what's wrong with that?
I'm telling you. So we should be asking the wife whether he's confident or comfortable with what the husband is doing. That's it.
All right. So this message says, "Good evening, Precious and Darlington. My take is on Tunde always tackling Mr. Darlington. Precious, help ask him if he is okay with the situation of things in this country. If Tunde from Ijegu, they say we should ask, are you okay with how everything is in this country? He say, if yes, then I pray that his family will be I see, they run a family like they run Nigeria. Why did you like this now? All eyes are watching. Okay, Uche from heaven sent in that message. And Egege from Agege says, the belief of Nigerian political leaders is once they settle themselves financially and material wise, it is all over. The electorates do not matter. When elections come, the electorates are not needed. They will rig as usual. Don't say that. Okay, consider the palliatives giving out to governors of each state. Is it not ugly news we are hearing about it? Nigerians, as far as I am concerned, are not active enough towards liberating themselves. Most Nigerians believe that God is going to come from heaven to fight for their rights. That's what you said. It's you that said it though. I didn't say that, right? Okay. And then and this says most Nigerians, oh wow, this is quite a lengthy message. I do hope that I can read all of it. It says, my gospel truth is that Mr. Darlington always spot on with his analysis concerning the government. If we don't put up the so-called government on their toes, if we don't put the government on their toes, they will continue to pauperize the poor masses by continuously weaponizing the poor masses with poverty, packaged projects in the guise of pulling them out of poverty. Former CBN chief Lamido Sanusi Lamido was correct when he opined seriously that Nigerians take so much nonsense from government. Why are we so docile as a people? Say now, wow, they say most Nigerians kill Nigeria every day through their actions. Through their actions, but think that by repeatedly saying there will be great, Nigeria will be great, Nigeria will be great, it will make Nigeria great indeed. They don't know how Nigeria will be great. They assume they are patriotic and positive thinkers, while they are not. They don't know the difference between empty positivity and reality. They don't know the faith without work is dead. Neither do they know that hope is not a strategy. No country has ever become great through mere wishes. This government promised hope renewed. Nigerians will never see anything yet. Not the hope, not the renewed. And we are waiting for the two of them. That's what you talk. Namiona, they send all these messages like this. You just want to finish my... The messages are so lengthy. But Abeji from Oshodi then says, good evening, Darlington. I'm Precious. Trust. Okay, yeah, thank you. You see, the president has given his MSGS to Nigerians from the very beginning of campaigning. Day one, Emiloko, meaning it's my turn. Day two, continue hope from where Buhari stopped. Day three, he said, I've come to consolidate on Buhari's deeds and what he's done. And Buhari APC-led this administration is a total continuation. Well, you said a lot, Babiji, but unfortunately I can't read all of your messages. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Let's keep taking your calls, your reactions on the conversation on hand. 0700 903 903 903. And if you want to call the WhatsApp line, is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. And up on YouTube, Emmanuel Gemina says, good evening, Precious and Mr. Darlington. Mr. Darlington should be on the show every day. He makes me laugh with his expressions, even though he is serious. Keep up the good work. Precious, you are too much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And going back to messages, And this says, good evening, Precious. I want to advise your guests to stop calling for revolution. The Arab Spring Revolution did not achieve anything. Libya is not a united country as we speak. Egypt is under a dictator. A revolution will only bring destruction of lives and property. Nigeria will surely get better, but not by revolution. Ademilua Lucas from Abasente. So he wasn't the one that asked for it. I mean, someone that said about that. Somebody mentioned how Shawari said that in an interview just yesterday. Yes, he's not the one that said it. Shawari mentioned that in an interview on Arise Television yesterday. So you can go back and watch that. So you don't blame Mr. Darlington for what someone else said. That's right? Please, it's good that we have good information. Ademilua Lucas.
I'm only saying that they should not allow what happened in Libya to happen here. Is that not what I said? By the time the people get hungry and nothing do, they become hopeless and frustrated. What do you think will happen? No, tell me. A man that is down need no fall. If you have frustrated Nigeria to this extent of hopelessness, what do you think they will do? You mean they will just die and say, okay, let me just die? No, they won't die alone. No. They want to go with some people. So avoid it. That's what I'm saying. Avoid it. We have everything to avoid it. We have everything to avoid it. Let nobody come and tell me that Nigeria is poor. Nigeria don't have anything to leverage on. God did not bless. Let nobody tell me that. The wealth is being plundered every day by people that you and I know. We see them. We know what they have done. And you say people should keep quiet. No problem.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Good evening. Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Yes, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Dayo from Fagba.
Okay,
go ahead, Dayo. Please help me turn off the volume of your radio. You can hear that whole back. Please.
Yeah, something is holding back.
Can you help me turn it off, please?
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I'm off the radio.
You're not off. There's still that whole back.
We can manage you.
It's better now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We can manage you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. What do you call it? Beautiful Nubia sang in his song that the true test of a leader is to lead right in front.
But wait, this is Dayo from Fagba. Dayo, you're the one that sends me encyclopedia every day, Abi.
Yes, it is.
Well done, no. I think it's better you call. So go ahead.
Go ahead. You said?
You send me episodes every day. Dayo, you're still very close to your radio and you can hear that whole back.
You have not been reading my message.
Because you've been sending very lengthy messages and you're still close to your radio. So that means simple instructions you don't even like to take. I can still hear all back.
Now.
But I can still hear all back. Help me move away from your radio, please.
Hello,
or you turn it off.
Now?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, now, Beautiful Nubia sang in a song that the true test of a leader is to lead right in front and be responsible when things go wrong. Leader now for action, not before excuses. I've always said that you cannot, like Mr. Darlington said, you can't give what you don't have. And if you enter into power through all this propaganda, eye service, and all this falsehood, and all this vote buying and aggravated intimidation, you cannot give what you don't have. If, like I used to say, when the opportunity of debates and this thing came about, he did not come for it. It's because he knows that you journalists will be able to interrogate him and to question him and to know his level of thinking. But he did not come to he didn't come. It's intentional. It's very deliberate. You can see it, and it is showing. Now that is why he can't come for debate. He has issues. It is very glaring that he has issues with his certificate. He has been running up and it's very glaring.
No, that's not correct. So, Dayo, you have to when you're speaking on live radio, please speak true to the facts that you have on hand. Do you understand? Please.
No,
this is national radio.
You.
Yes, and these are the things that you are set in your messages that makes you think I don't read your messages. So please speak.
I understand.
Exactly.
But
all right, then go ahead.
Anyway. Hello, Precious.
Go ahead. I can hear you.
No, the thing is this. like everybody is saying now, all eyes on the judiciary. It's just about time that the judiciary gets it right. If you don't get it right, like I used to say, we are in hot water. Thank you. Mr. Darlington, good evening once again. Thank you.
All right, so you said Tunde from Ijebu, that's your brother, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so let me go back to my messages. 0700 903 903 903, still the number to call. The WhatsApp line is 0700 903 903 while the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. See, I'm now. You don't send messages like 55 times. I'm just saying his messages now.
Okay, Dio.
Yes, Dio. And then this is
even on that platform, he sends long text.
Yes. And this says, good evening, Omalicha, precious and honest man, Mr. Darlington. My generation do not understand how Africa is the richest. We've said this before. You say, you know this, right? You people are, oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. I think you sent this message before. And then this says, good evening, crew. Bolanho from Okoba. Okay. It's not Bolanho. I still you that see. I mean, Dayo, this pretty much sounds like you because you still mentioned the song of Beautiful Nubia, right? And he said the true test of a leader is to lead right from the front and responsible. I think it's the same thing. I think it's Dios. They had to use another number to send the message to be sure that I can read it, right? And then this says, firstly, the Arab Spring Mr. Darlington referred to began in Tunisia and not in Libya, although it spread to other Arab regions. If our problem is systemic, there must be a political will to solve it. Peter Obi said, if it will be so hard to for the subordinates to toe the line of corruption, and I agree with him. A lot of political jobbers make excuses for government, and I don't support that.
He did it in Anambra.
Yinka sent in that message.
He did it in Anambra. What are you saying? He did it in Anambra.
Right.
Look at what was going on in Anambra before Peter Obi came. Yes.
All right. Let's take this call. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. I lost that. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Auntie Precious. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Awujala. I'm calling from Jibowu here in Lagos.
Awujala, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear. My special regards to your analyst by your side there, but I want to chip in few things, just only one. Anyway,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You see, the process of expelling France by the 2 or 3 countries now is a signal that the African Revolution is coming up, because these Western countries hold stem to our economic store, our economic process. I wish and I pray to God before I die, I don't know when, it's only Almighty God knows, that I will wake up one day and hear that Nigeria has expelled Britain. Let them go.
How?
We are already. Let them go so we can manage our resources, because it's because of these resources they are placing us on continuous monitoring directives, telling us what to do, how to spend, buy our products at their own peril. At our own peril and at their own advantage, making our naira falling to the barest, and then they are flopping and enjoying large sums of foreign exchange or foreign money because it's their local currency.
Exactly.
So until
deliberately, not that they didn't know, deliberately.
All right, so let's go back to our messages very jejely. Okay, so Lawore from Egbeda says, the president is an alumni of CSU. I'll show you I was in his sets. See you tomorrow. Okay. And he just said, "I'll see you tomorrow." Where we won't see tomorrow again? Where may you go see tomorrow?
And you have not come out to defend him.
All right. This says, good evening, precious. Nigerians are now cannot recognize as enduring people. Buhari came under a Miloko. He said Buhari came endure. Buhari come enjoy a Miloko. I don't understand. Please, which one will we be enduring now? And I don't know why people so hate the truth in this country. Okay, we should be praising the president, and while people are dying of hunger and why things are very hard. Is that what people want us to be doing? That's the question that you asked that I don't have answers to. But let me just go back to my phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Precious.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Mr. Darlington.
Good evening. You're welcome.
My name is Prince Francis. Precious and Darlington, I have one question for both of you.
Okay.
Good. You guys are both graduates, and I'm sure you guys have your certificates. And I'm sure when you were applying, Precious, for employment in VOP, you tendered your certificate, and I'm sure VOP did a background check on you. And I don't remember. I don't see anywhere you would have asked them not to release your certificate to, your prospective employer. So why is it that we have a situation where the man who is leading us as the president is asking, not in the within the shores of Nigeria, outside the shores of Nigeria, he's asking that his result should not be made public? Why? What is there to be hidden? In other words, what our leaders are saying is that forgery is allowed. That's what they're saying, that people can forge their results.
But nobody has proven yet that anything was forged.
Let me finish. No, Precious, don't interrupt. Precious, hold on. Break. There's something that is going on. There's something that is going on in this country that we need to check immediately. The rate at which those who lead us keep bringing in different kinds of results to present, because they're indirectly killing our educational system and setting a very wrong tone. That is what is going to play out. A time will come when people will go to employ, when you employ people and they will tell you, oh, my certificate, there was an error somewhere in University of so and so. I have not corrected it after 10, 15 years. We need to begin to tell ourselves the truth. And the truth is that we all need to build our educational system and build a government system that operates irrespective of who the president is. We need structures. We need a system that runs independent of Mr. President or Mr. Senate President. The way things are going in this country, I'm telling you, we're going to wake up one day, it will not be Uhuru anymore. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Darlington, before you talk, sorry, let's just go back to calls. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
I'm Chris.
Chris from where?
From Gondo.
Chris, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
In fact, when you are beginning to look at the problem of this country, in fact, I will be disturbed. I don't even know what to say. The problem of this country is about the elite and the masses. And government is just like a court. Once you belong to that, and this elite cut across all the tribes and religions. So whatever they do, it is a planned thing. And on those people that are involved, they will continue to perpetrate that evil. So there can never be a good governance. So it's not about the religion, it's not about the ethnicity, it's about the elite and the masses. Once they enter into that agreement, they must make sure that whatever it is happening, it's not business of the government. They will all participate. They make sure that they continue with that evil. They continue with that corruption. So anybody, anybody that is not in that their group, they will never be allowed to participate in government business.
I don't understand.
So, I say the problem of this country is about the elite and the masses. This elite cut across all the tribes and religions. So by the time you belong to that elite, whatever they want to do, you is an agreement between them. That is why we say from the beginning of this last election, we are talking of the Oniloko. Once they have arranged everything, once they finish with that group, that particular person, they said, okay, when you connive with me, we are going to.
All right, I appreciate. Yes, I appreciate what you're saying. Yeah. All right. Well, that's your opinion anyway. That's not like it's a reality, but I appreciate you. Yes, I can hear you.
We are well aware of the cabal.
All right. Thank you. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening to you.
This is Jonathan from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Darlington.
Good evening, my brother. How is London today?
Oh, we're still in summer. We're enjoying the summer.
You can imagine.
So,
and we're enjoying our suffering here.
we are part of it. All the diaspora are part of the crisis in Nigeria now. Nobody's exempted. all the diaspora are very careful to pick call from Nigeria now. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
So you can't. Yes, you can't say that you are not part of it. Though.
You're right.
So go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you, Madam Precious. So let me quickly jump on the Chicago University issue. The situation is that I said something that anybody that wants to defend the present president of Nigeria, well, you have a lot of work to do in our ramification. you need to put your integrity on the line. So the same thing with the Chicago State University now. So maybe they forgot that the Nigerian diaspora are watching them keenly, and people are online watching every second what is going on. we are waiting for you. We know that you will want to make a move, and that move it will be open somewhere. You will make mistakes somewhere. So that's what is trending now. So I believe that Chicago State University, we need to do a lot of things to put their integrity of the institution on the line. So, and I'm very happy that the legal team involved, they have a lot of whites, so they know the system there too. So it will not be an easy task for them too. So thank you. That's my own contribution.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, Lagos. So we're taking a break now to go straight to our step down conversation. Our step down conversation today, get us a B, has K leg, you know. So just this weekend, 2 Nigerians celebrated their marriage in Canada. And they did their wedding in Canada. And in fact, before that, their wedding, they had been announcing it. They posted their pre-wedding pictures. And, you know, people were, I wouldn't say excited. People had their opinions about their pre-wedding pictures. And, you know, just during the weekend, today, we saw the wedding pictures and all that. People expressed their various views about it. Guess what? It was actually 2 men getting married, right? And only for the wife of one of the men to come out today to say that. First, she's still married legally to this man, and the man has not officially divorced her. He first of all told her he was traveling to Belgium for a business trip. From Belgium, he went to Canada. From Canada, he told her he's not coming back again. And he had engaged, a young man whom she helped him accommodate in the house. That came in, he said he came to look for a friend from Abuja and that he was stranded. And she accommodated the boy for 4 months in the house. And when she eventually said she was tired of the boy and wanted the boy to go, that was when the husband said he doesn't want the marriage again. And she was wondering, I said, make the boy go for our house. He said, you don't want marriage. What's the relationship between the boy going and you not wanting our marriage? Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, her husband and the young man are married in Canada. And the woman is currently devastated. That is our step down conversation. After this break, we're coming back to take your thoughts and reactions.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
Where luxury meets comfort.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Light Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender greeters, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36, Lagos International Airport Road, beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream, delights in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festac Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
You're welcome back. This is a step down conversation, and of course, it's still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and this is the Evening Rush. So, on a step down conversation this evening, I don't know if you all are on social media. You must have seen, two Igbo men, two men. I don't know if they're Igbo or do. I know they wear shago for their pre-wedding pictures. For their so don't let that cough that you're coughing. For their pre-wedding pictures, So they got married right over the weekend, and in fact, their pre-wedding pictures created a lot of uproar, and people talked a lot about it. However, after their wedding, now a woman had come out, to cry out. She said she has 3 children for one of these men, and she's still legally married to him. He left her and said he had traveled to greener pastures. In fact, before the greener pastures travel, this guy he got married to is someone whom she had accommodated in the house. He came in through the husband that he was stranded. He went to look for somebody in Abuja and the person was not around, so she accommodated him and they were staying together. And this young man had to spend 4 months in her home. So when she found out when she felt uneasy about him staying longer, she told him to leave. And according to her, all hell went, in fact, the husband wanted to bring down the house for daring to tell the young man to go. And that's when he threatened her first for divorce. And she said then she just had a little child, right? And, after, in fact, since then, their marriage had really not been the same. But after that period and all that, they were still married till the husband later said he was traveling to Belgium for a business visit. And from the business visit, he left from Belgium. He went to Canada and left them in Nigeria. She's still in Nigeria here. And as we speak now, the husband is now officially married to this man. And the woman is devastated. Even though people are asking that, do you still want to continue in this marriage? She's saying no. God forbid that she doesn't want to continue in the marriage. But then what does she do? With 3 children. She even posted a picture of the man carrying one of their children, so that it's not like she's laying an allegation, holding his own baby or carrying his own baby. What should she do now that her husband is now a wife to another man? Mr. Darlington, he's a special advisor.
On what?
On every matters. This matter you have to put your mouth inside now.
Oh my God! In fact, this is the height of
man's doing to man.
In fact,
man see humanity to man.
See, I will blame the Western world. There was a time, that was who was that British Prime Minister who said it before the Commonwealth, that any country that does not support gay marriage, that they will not receive any aid from Britain. And the Queen of England was alive then. She was there sitting. The question is, this Western world, why must they want us to validate every of their...
Just hold on. Are you not thinking that is because we abhor such behavior in this part of the world? That's why these people are living in the closet and are not coming out. Because for a man to be married to a woman and had 3 children with her, meanwhile, he finds and seeks solace and finds happiness in his so-called happiness in his fellow man's arms.
But he ran to Canada.
And he has kept the life of another woman. He told her that I've moved on, you too should move on.
No. The thing is that, where did he get married?
Can he do that in Nigeria?
The question is, why are they tolerating such behavior in the Western world? That is the question you should be asking. In fact, who introduced? Because
they say it's a free world. People have the right to.
Culture? If it was something that came from Africa, would they accept it?
Mr. Darlington, let me go back to the phone lines.
They will not accept it.
Why you're thinking of whether they will accept it or not? Hello, good evening to you.
It is time we draw the line.
Good evening, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Agada, thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
You are my coach. You see, if my layman understanding about tarnishing the image of the president is to go back.
No. We're not talking about president again, Oga. We've moved away from president. We're looking at our step-down conversation now.
Okay. What another thing I want to say is that since Mr. President said that
the president
said that he's going to continue with the legacy of the outgoing president, I think we should not blame him on anything that he did.
All right, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we've moved past that conversation. So this is just our relaxed conversation now that we're having. It is the step-down conversation.
Let us do analysis on this.
What analysis are you analyzing?
It is destroying our youth. That means it may come to a point whereby if you're a young man that is coming from Africa into Europe or America, they are going to give you this condition, and people are going to jump at it, leaving their wife and their children to marry a white man so that you can prosper.
All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. You're welcome.
Yes, Chibundo, back on the line.
You're welcome. Yeah.
This kind of thing is
is what? Is
really tough.
You fool your mouth, ba? You don't know waiting to talk.
This is it's both a physical and a spiritual issue. Because the Western world has decided to condone such acts. That is even I don't know. It's immoral, in fact, to start with, both scripturally and physically. So I don't even know what went into their head to all of a sudden start seeing it as human rights, whatever.
I'm telling you.
No right is absolute in life.
I'm telling you.
Nothing is absolute. How does it even sound? Okay, let them start mating. I don't even know. Okay, what is the end product of such marriages?
I'm telling you, not
is it for procreation or for wealth expansion, or what is it?
I don't see what they will enjoy from each other.
Even though it's not morally sound, it's even better for a man to be moving.
There's no way.
All right, so you know, this has raised a lot of. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, for me, I don't know. I think they are sick. They need help.
No, this is not about needing help, right? I think I don't know, but I mean, not supporting anything like that. But my pain more is on the woman's side. How does she feel after loving a man for as long as she loved him and married him for that long, had 3 whole children with her? How does she start explaining to her children that your father is now married to a man? Or that your father is now a husband to another man, or a wife to another man? You know, so I think that these people should actually consider the psychological effect, you know, of their actions on the people that they've involved, that's been involved in their lives.
Let me tell you what is happening.
No, the horse has already bolted.
Yes.
For the woman. Let the woman start thinking of how to pick her bits and pieces, at least to conscientize the children, because of this kind of stigma and the kind of unnecessary backlashes that the world will be giving to the children. You know, some of those aspirations can come to them. That is her job for now, pending on when things normalize, if it is going to be so. At worst case, tell them that their father has gone insane.
I didn't know what
let him be that he has gone insane. Anything they see there doesn't exist.
Let me tell you what happened.
Okay, so what kind of children are we going to be bringing up, you know, with this nature? I mean, I don't understand, like, because there must be an explanation. You know, children learn more by example than what you tell them, right? So what
the environment. So the children can pick up things from the environment. The parents can pick from the environment. But what I will suggest to any parent, including myself, is that before the environment starts feeding them, feed them first. So that anything the environment is bringing, what you fed them, they'll be easy to be countering what you fed them. That's it. Like the Bible says, train up a child in the right way so that he will not derail. But if you don't do that and the society feeds first, by the time you come, the children might even see it as they are the one who is not being truthful or who is not saying the truth. So the best form of defense is to attack. Attack them first with your own ideology. Spoon feed them well. So that there's a way you raise them. Anything they see from outside, they come and ask you, say, Daddy, Mommy, this is what we felt from outside. Is it the right thing? Is it true? Even if they are in the midst of nefarious people, they will still bring it back home and ask in form of question.
Yes.
That is the only way. But if you don't do this is a real world, it's a free world, everything is social, you social yourself into somewhere. That's the thing. So the man has left. The job for the lady now, look at the kids, conscientize them, align them well to where they ought to be. Train them how to, so that they can't bow to the ills of the society in kind of the backlash. They are not responsible with what happens. But I know that some ignorant people in the society, or those who just want to attack them unnecessarily, will use that their father's act and put it on them. It's like calling a bastard, you don't have a father. Is it the child's fault? Not the child's fault. Like there's a saying that you don't have a right to be born poor. I mean, to be born poor is not an issue, but to remain poor is an issue. When I mean poor, now I don't mean only pocket, even a mind and everything. To be born poor is not a problem, but to choose to remain there is not your issue. So the children should, the woman has to find a way to coordinate the children in every way she can, spiritually and physically, to get the children out of state. I mean, to the best state. Then, if the man has some restitution, sorry, I'm using the wrong word. If he decides to change his ways or change his thoughts and come back, okay, fine. If he cannot come back, enjoy.
All right.
That's the only thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
But for now, she has to look back on the kids.
All right. Thank you.
And see what she can do for them.
Thank you so
spiritually
much.
And physically.
Precious.
Yes, sir.
There is a group.
Mr. Darlington, let me take calls. There is a group that did what?
It's an organization. This gay thing is not as easy as
no, Mr. Darlington. Don't even take it. Don't even let them come for you. Don't even take it that way. I mean, our concern now is the lives of these children.
We are talking
before we start talking about group and fund. Let's talk about how these kids can be seen again. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You see from my blood.
You see, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
this issue now, the problem we have in this part of the world is the Western world. We are talking of gay. What of this tattoo of 18? Everybody now has tattoo. Men are plaiting hair now in Nigeria. Women are wearing trousers. All these things we take it from Western world. So this is not only the matter of gay issue. Tattoo, wearing of trousers, men plaiting hair, men wearing earrings now. Very, very rampant everywhere.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. I take a few messages. This says abomination to them. How are they going to give birth? What are they enjoying from it? Alain Gentle from Ilasamaja. Alain, the man, one of them, I don't know if he's the husband now or the wife. I think he's still the husband again. Already has 3 kids with his wife in Nigeria. And he's even yet to divorce her legally. Lawore from Egbada says, so that man got tired of being a husband in Nigeria and decided to try being a wife in Canada. Motivation to others men to do that, to do same. That's what you're saying. And then this says, hello precious, the woman will just tell the children that their dad no, she cannot tell them that their dad has died though. She cannot say that when their father is alive. He still remains their father now. He's just only married to a man. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, are you there? Good evening. Yes, I can hear you. Welcome. Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I'm Gadaling.
Well done.
Good evening. This is Remy from Akoka.
Remy, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, the last placing of hair is not, it's an African thing. So she's corrected. It's not, and even tattoo is an African thing. It's not important. She go back to history. On the issue of, I would say you shouldn't demonize women putting on trousers. It is not demonic. It is not. Okay, let's put that aside. The issue of a man to man getting married. What if I'm trying to be the devil's advocate? So what if they did it not because they were truly gay? What if it was done just to probably be accepted in the so-called country they are? Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Now, what if he did what?
They did it to be accepted in Canada.
It was just done to probably get approval from the country they are presently.
And they did a wedding where they were kissing and, loving and doing all of that.
It has to be real.
It was done to take asylum. I'm just saying.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's true. I can't tell.
I think it's over there. We had the change of that. But if it is real, I think it is not right. And I wouldn't blame the Western word for that. Those 2 guys were adults. They are adults. They made a choice. So we shouldn't give the blame on the wife. Blame the majority decided to go there. They were not forced to get married. They choose it. So they should be blamed, not the commentary shouldn't be about the Western. They didn't put it down on those guys' throats. They choose to be what they are. So it's a shame that man choose to leave his kids and wife behind to pursue another man in marriage. Thank you.
You see, most times people are hypnotized into doing certain things.
Oh, Mr. Darlington, please.
People are
hypnotized into marrying your fellow man and you don't know.
I want to correct what he said. That maybe that they did it so that they can be accepted in Canada or whatever.
Yes, a lot of people do stuff for.
But what I'm saying is, not when you have children and a wife.
Mr. Darlington, our time is up.
If they are single, I won't bother. But there are children involved here now, and the woman. What happens to them? Tell me how. That woman should raise hell, because I don't think the Canadian government will accept that he should leave his wife and children and come and be doing what he's doing in Canada. Yes, now. Yes, she can dissolve that marriage. This is legally married to her. She can take action and then they will send him back to come and finish what he started here.
All right.
Yes.
So this person sends me a message. It's quite a lengthy one. Unfortunately, my time is up and I cannot read it. He talked about being disgusted while you were eating and reading this, listening to the show and what is going on. See, the issue of same-sex marriage, as we can see, it's being promoted everywhere and people are beginning to accept it gradually. It wasn't like this back then. Things that used to irritate us or used to be irritating is now looking like normal thing. You said a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But then this is the reality of a woman, and a lot of people are worried that so many men actually live in the closet without coming up plain to tell their wives about their true nature, and at the end of the day they cheat on their wives with their fellow gender. How is this going to stop? And what will be the fate of both women who do this to their husbands and both men who do this to their wives, or who they do this to generally? Well, tomorrow again we'll be we'll be with you again tomorrow by 6:30 p.m. My name is Precious Enyi. Yes. On social media, on Instagram, I'm at Precious Enyi Official. Twitter, I'm at Precious_Enyi. I'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Darlington.
Yes.
Ngwano. You don't have social media now. They will see you through me on social media. I'm your social media. I'll see you tomorrow, Lagos.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is